Martin down by 1. Marcus Boykin, first team all-conference selection. Step back for the lead. Yes! Already a better start for the rest of this Horned Frog lineup. Good ball movement. Hodgson looking to answer, can't do so. And it's Fisher on the rebound. Fisher, Bradley, corner pocket. TCU in the driver's seat. A 9-0 run for the Horned Frogs. And again a steal. It's number 4 for North Carolina. 2-on-1. Kelly to Usby. That dynamic duo gives the Tar Heels their largest lead of the game. Kelly, dish out. Todd Williams missed one earlier. This time knocks it down. Deja Kelly, who is 0 for 5. Tough pull up. That's what she can do. And they'll run the floor once again. Numbers for the Heels. Great feed. Paris slays it in.
And ultimately, that's what led her to Carolina.
It's a great story, and she was a highly touted recruit. She details her journey earlier this week in an article that she penned to the Players Tribune. She talked about how she started playing at the age of 3 at a church league, was the only girl in her team, and her first basket, she made it in the wrong basket. And that was the start of her hoops career as Paris rims out of the triple. Adams is there, lays it in. The ACC meets the Big 12 on this Saturday afternoon in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, as the 12th-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels welcome the Horned Frogs of TCU. It's college basketball on ACC Network Extra. Hi, everybody. John Gross alongside Kyle Straub. Natalie Bodie is the third member of our team. Kyle, both of these teams are 1-0 entering today, but it's a bit of a step up in competition for both squads.
Nothing against the team they played in their season opener, but going against a Power 5 team, you know that on the other side of the ball, there's going to be elite talent at every single position.
Well, one of those elite players, Kanisha Godfrey, in her TCU debut had a monster performance. Today is the third meeting between these two programs. Kyle, they met a season ago. That matchup was not all too close.
It wasn't very close, and for Carolina, all those players are going to remember that. TCU, this is the first time they've played the Tar Heels, but at TCU last year, playing in the home and home, and yeah, Carolina had control of that one early, ran away with it. Not the case so far today here in Chapel Hill, though.
Carolina a 27-6 edge in that fourth quarter. But today, Courtney Banghardt's squad in a bit of trouble early. The Horned Frogs a 2-point advantage as we open things up in the second quarter.
For Carolina, went completely cold on the offensive side of the ball, didn't score a field goal for the last 5+ minutes, and turned it over 4 times during that span, too. That was the biggest thing.
Emily Fisher, a tough finish. Yeah, you mentioned the turnovers. Both of these teams with 5 turnovers in that opening quarter.
A little bit of a smaller lineup for Courtney Banghardt and the Tar Heels to start things off in the second.
And another missed 3. Carolina settling for some triples against this 2-3 zone. 13-2 run for the Horned Frogs, looking to add to that. Hodgson to the rebound.
Now, Carolina had a couple of early offensive rebounds that they immediately turned into points. Since then, TCU's done a really good job of boxing out, limiting the Tar Heels to 1 opportunity each time down the court.
Kelly, nice bounce pass is knocked away, and it's TCU basketball. Turnover number 6 for the Heels. So what have you seen so far from TCU that you've liked?
I like the way they've been able to, like I just said, box out Carolina, limit the offensive chances, and then be efficient on the other end, even in transition, finding that open shooter, collapse the defense, and work it around.
Great ball movement. Fisher, the step over as it knocked away, and it's Todd Williams who lofts it over the head of Destiny Adams. A 7th turnover for UNC.
When TCU has gotten in trouble is when they've passed up that open shot and tried to take the extra dribble. Take the shot if it's there.
Gets Godfrey now with 26 points against Lipscomb in her TCU debut. Here's Fisher, the American transfer, and she walked with it.
Really good defense there by the freshman Paris, but also some great help defense by Carolina's bigs. I think that was Zelaya who stepped in, forced Fisher to take the extra. It was Adams, and then you saw Todd Williams. All of them helping the freshmen out there on defense. Great team D by the Tar Heels.
Well, this team was phenomenal defensively a season ago. Held opponents to just 56 points per game. Looking to keep that trend going in 22-23.
And I think that's where you see a lot of the really good teams. If you're going to be a Sweet 16 or better team, you've got to start on the defensive side of things and then let the offense pick you up. But the defense can be there every game. Shots falling, that can alter one way or another.
Talk about defense. The defense has been there all game so far for TCU. Another block inside. This time, Getz getting into the action. They continue to limit Carolina, who's shooting just 26% from the field.
I think part of it for TCU is having veterans, the transfers. They understand that. It's not the freshman mentality of come in and basketball is all about scoring. Yeah, you got to put it in, but you got to stop the other team too.
Oh, nice move inside. Kelly, little flip shot, no. Zelaya there, and it'll head the other direction.
Great job of getting to the basket, but Carolina unable to finish down there in the paint here recently. Referees are letting them play through some contact. Shot altered. Good defense there by Cravens. Went straight up.
Godfrey. Cravens, the Nebraska transfer, and a bit of a lazy pass, backcourt violation. Reagan Peebley talked so much in our call earlier this week about just we have to be careful with our room for error, because against a team like Carolina, who, as she put it, they're focused on March, we cannot afford to make mistakes.
And she's 100% right. They've been very lucky and fortunate in this one that Carolina has made just as many mistakes as they have, each team with 8 turnovers.
Let's send it courtside to Natalie Bodie.
Yeah, guys, Coach mentioned how they had little room for error in this matchup. She said that because of her veteran lineup, she knew they were going to have to play clean, but that UNC looked like a team that was firmly focused on March, and she knew it'd be a tough opponent and they'd have to rise to the occasion.
Thanks, Natalie. And so far, listen, there have been mistakes. They have comped it up 8 times, but 6:43 to go in the second quarter. They have a 4-point lead. They'll take that.
Ultimately, that's what you're looking at, right?
Right.
Scoreboard is what determines whether you get a win or a loss at the end of this one.
Bella Cravens whistled for that last personal. She now has 2 fouls. Second team foul of this second quarter for the Horned Frogs. TCU had a rough season last year. They're looking to win a first Power 5 road game since March 4th of 2021. And near the midway point of the second quarter, they have a little bit of a cushion as Paris steps into one. That is a freshman, folks. A true freshman.
I like that, the use of the glass.
You don't see that nowadays very often, right?
You really don't. It's all about shooting it from beyond the arc and nothing but net. That's what you want to see, but I love the fundamentals there.
Another shot off the backboard, this time off the mark from Bradley. And it heads down to Carolina on the foul. I remember my grandpa would always say, shoot it off the backboard, get the right angle, and it'll go in.
Yeah, I mean, there's the... It's not geometry. I was not good at math.
It is geometry,
Yeah,
I think,
geometry.
right?
See, like I said, I wasn't good at math, but, you know, your mind knows how to work it.
Listen,
That box, you're good to go.
We're broadcasters. We're not mathematicians.
A little bit of lapse on defense there from TCU. Miscommunication, and they didn't rotate around. Adams left open for the easy bucket.
Her first point of the game for Destiny Adams, the sophomore from New Jersey. Top 20 recruit in her class of 2021. And TCU's offensive struggles have reared its head once again. Scoreless in the last 4 minutes. Godfrey looking to snap the spell. Nifty spin. And this shot ripped down by Kelly.
Really impressed by the defense by Paris, the freshman.
Kelly, nice look. Poole is fouled. And she'll head to the strike for 2.
Great job in transition. Poole got really deep, set up. Kelly kept downhill so that she never let the defense get set, able to get down low and find her. Look at that, feet down inside the charge circle. As a defender, you're helpless there.
Anya Poole is 1 for 2 from the stripe. She already has 5 rebounds in 10 minutes today. A chance to give Carolina its first lead since 1:54 to go in the first quarter. Poole, who started every game last season. Her nickname is Lasagna. Anya Lasagna.
Heard worse nicknames.
And once again, Poole splits in the pair. Carolina back in front, first time since the latter portions of the opening quarter. TCU 0 for its last 5 from the field. Taiwo. Fisher looks to go to work on the freshman Paris.
See, offensively, nobody down in the paint for TCU. It makes it really difficult offensively when all 5 players are around the perimeter.
And a steal leads to a foul. It's Kanisha Godfrey with the personal.
Don't necessarily need a post player, but you at least need somebody to show, get some movement through that zone and try and get a switch on the defense.
Well, you see the steal right there, and Courtney Banghart talks so much in her call about defensive positioning, getting in passing lanes, forcing turnovers, and not just turnovers, but steals. They had 16 steals in the opener against Jackson State, and that led to a lot of wide-open transition layups.
You want easy buckets, go ahead and get a steal and get out and run.
Easiest that it gets, as Hodgson is a little bit short of the triple, but that is such a focal point of what they want to do defensively. Bradley, all the way, rejected. Destiny Adams said, not today. A close game in the second quarter, and Destiny Adams makes her presence felt. Quite the swat to bookend the midway point of the second quarter.